Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Have you been thinking about what you would really love to accomplish in your life? A legacy that you want to be known for? A goal that you would love to attain? Something really special? A dream that maybe you believe is impossible. Maybe it has been a dream for a long time and you have no idea how to bring it into reality. But when you decide it's what you really, really, really want, or are you just settling? If you knew that you had all the talent, ability, and resources that you require to accomplish something beyond that which you are working on, what would that goal be? Sometimes we write things out. We say that we really want something. We might even write it down 100 times and then wonder why it's not here. Well, the goal that you just write out and say, yeah, that would be nice. It's something that I want. Yeah, I could do that. If you don't get emotionally involved, that goal will stay on that piece of paper. It will stay as an idea in your conscious mind. The fact that you want to do something and you can mentally see it, that puts you into a category. Bob Proctor taught me that there's X and Y ideas. A person has been taught in school that an X idea, X is an unknown factor. So if you have a dream goal, something that you truly want to do, that would be considered a Y idea. Without getting emotionally involved, this Y idea, this beautiful dream, this goal, if it's strictly in your conscious intellectual mind, it just will stay there. When you begin to describe what your life would be like, what your life would be like if you actually accomplish that goal, you can start to play a little game, a little, if this really was my life, what would my life look like if you won the lottery, 70 million or 100 million dollars? Sometimes people say, I want to be a millionaire. Well, that's nothing in this day and age. People could become millionaires in the 1930s, and they did. So in 2025, saying you want to be a millionaire, that won't get you very far at all. So now lotteries are worth tens of millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars. So really, if you had, say, $1 billion, you couldn't even fathom that. But what if you won the Powerball lottery or the lottery that truly would allow you to live the rest of your life without worrying about money or debt? Your biggest worry is going to be, what can you do next? Do you want to invest it? Do you want to grow it so that you can really help your favorite charity, your church, the hospitals, a foundation? Something big that you never considered before that maybe you thought, oh, only rich people could afford to do that. What would you do if you had untold millions of dollars? Now, maybe it's not the money. Maybe there is something that you want to do for humanity, change something in this world, something that's been bothering you that you know you have a solution for, but just can't quite put it together. If that really happened, if you invented something or the work that you did created a real difference in the way people live their lives, how would that change for you, for people that really need your solution? Maybe your mind can't even go that big. Maybe you're more focused on you've been living in debt for so long, it's just a natural way of being, and you want to get rid of that worry and doubt and anxiety, and you really want to do work that you love and be rewarded and enjoy your life and have that money freedom to do what you want to do, travel where you want to travel, look after children or grandchildren or parents. What would that mean in your life? So if your fantasy came true, whether it's money or love or purpose, whether it's relationships, write down your goal and play the if game. List all the benefits that would accrue to you. List as many benefits as you possibly can without getting emotionally involved. So this morning, let's just write down what you want. At this point, you're just not deciding to do anything at all about it. You're just thinking about it. You're not disturbing your old emotional patterns, your old habitual way of thinking, your paradigms. You're just writing down, what do you want? You might have had a fantasy or a dream or a goal. You can build the image in your conscious mind. Take some time to grab a piece of paper and a pen, pencil, write down something that you really want beyond what you're settling for, beyond what's great in your life. There's always something more. That's the spiritual side of you, wanting more life, more, wanting more expansion. That's how the whole universe expands through each individual person, because we are all spirit here in a physical body, an instrument, a costume. So we all have dreams and goals and desires. Take the time to write it down, and if it happened, how would your life change? Let's play a little game. Just suppose that you looked at all the benefits that you or another person would receive from going ahead with this goal that you wrote down, the goal that you've got in your conscious mind, a goal that you described on your paper. And you're going to make a written report to another person. You're going to objectively look at this goal that as if somebody else's dream. Maybe it's your best friend, and this is their goal, and you want to advise them. They'd be crazy not to do this. How foolish it would be for your best friend not to step out and move into action and start working on this beautiful goal. What would you say to them? You could write that down. Now we know most people are reluctant to step out and act on a big idea for fear of what they will lose. Sometimes people worry about being judged or criticized. What will people say? What will the neighbors think? Now, clearly understand that when you get to the end of the road and you leave this planet, moving on to the next phase of your eternal journey, everything you think you own is going to belong to someone else. You see, the truth is, you never really own anything. You're merely a custodian. Everything that you have is just yours to use while you are here in this physical body at this particular time and space in history. And everything that you have, everything you've done, everything you've owned, everything you've experienced is according to your level of conscious awareness. And I believe if you lost it all, maybe through an error of judgment, you would have it back in a relatively short period of time. You already know what you know. Maybe you've purchased a house or a car or had a few jobs or gone to university. There are things that you've done in your life. You could repeat them. You could get another job. You could make more money. You could get back to where you are, back on your feet pretty quickly. But think about that dream goal. It takes thinking on a different level. It takes believing that it's possible for you. You've already done so many things. You could probably write a book on all the things you've accomplished in your life, all the challenges you've overcome. There's been lots of times where you've taken risks, broken through terror barriers. But that's, fear is false evidence appearing real. You know that in order to break through a terror barrier, you must take action. You must move forward. You must decide that you're going after something. And when you take intelligent action, you eliminate fear because they have no foundation. Most of our fears we've created in our own imagination, and therefore you can eliminate them. When you think about how beautiful your life could be, what you wrote down on that paper, what your dream goal is, it might be an imagined reality at this point, but in order for it to become your life, You must let yourself become emotionally involved with this new big goal and be ready to move, to take action. And the moment you decide, okay, I'm going to do this, and you get emotionally involved, fear, doubt, and worry seem to speed straight into your mind. Well, when you realize that there's no foundation in fear, doubt, and worry, you've created them in your own imagination, therefore you can eliminate them. Write down some of the things that you would worry about going after your goal. Realize that the worst that could happen is never really bad, and yet the best that could happen would totally change your life. Your life would become incredible. If it was everything that you wanted, just step out and do it. What are you afraid of? Is it what other people would say? Is it losing what you already have? If you lose what you have, you could make room for something better. Sometimes being fired from a job or breaking up a relationship, as horrible as it is at the time, is the best thing that ever happened in your life because it makes room for something better, for the love of your life to come in, for that dream job to finally be your life. You can't do what you really want to do when you're hanging on to the old familiar. So if you wrote down some fears that you have about what might happen if you did go after your dream goal, write down what you're going to do about those fears. What could you do to take you to the next step, the next level? What are you afraid to do? Get busy and do it. Break through that terror barrier and enjoy the freedom which is and has always been your birthright. You were created to experience life. Have some fun, decide what you want to do, and think about it from the goal already accomplished. What would it feel like when you get emotionally involved? Every cell of your being starts to vibrate in alignment with that goal. Not just thinking about it in your conscious mind, but getting so emotionally involved in your subconscious mind over and over and over that your subconscious mind habitually goes looking for ways to make that happen. You have a reticular activating system, a filter in your brain that filters out what's not in harmony with your life. So when you think about your goal already accomplished, a dream that you really want, a vision of your ideal life, it's not enough to just think about it and write about it. You must decide that is what I'm going to do. You must get so emotionally involved. It must be a passion, something that you would love, something that you want more than anything. And then it would feel like you could go through a brick wall to get it. It has to be so important to you, it doesn't matter what other people say. And you won't let your fears stop you from going after it because it's that important. So when you get into knowing what you want, the important work is to sit quietly, get into a relaxed state of being, and let that dream become all consuming. Feed the passion. When you add love, joy, happiness, you're fueling your goal. You're getting energized. You're deciding, this is where I'm going. Why you want it doesn't matter to anybody else, but it should be so powerful that it could make you cry with tears of joy, not feeling that it's impossible or it, it's going to be a stretch, because if you knew how to do it, if you felt worthy of accomplishing it, you'd already be there. So this is going to take a, a bit of a process. Thinking about it, imagining it, getting your mind and body in alignment, in harmony with what it feels like to have that goal accomplished, that destination, at whatever it is that you want, relationships, love, purposeful work, whatever the millions of dollars will do for your life and for the people that you want to impact. Get into that feeling. Feeling is the secret. When you add emotion to your goal, when you know what you want and you get into that vibrational energy, that XY idea that you're so excited about, you are going to feel not ready. But when fear and doubt start to creep in, keep going on with the building the image, understanding that you are a spiritual spark of energy here in this physical body, and that picture that you hold in your mind and in your heart, it's meant for you. Otherwise, you wouldn't even have the picture in the first place. You need to tune into what it feels like. Get relaxed. Take a deep breath in and think about, who have you become? Who are you now that that dream has come true? Practicing pretending in your mind, feeling it throughout your entire body. Relaxation is essential to creative thinking, because as you relax and you feel really what it's like to be at your goal, to have that time and money freedom, to feel the joy, to have the faith that it's yours, it's here, it's now. By getting into that vibration, you will attract into your life everything that you need as you need it. You don't have to worry about how you're going to make it happen. You just focus on understanding that everything will come to you as you need it. Tonight, make sure that as you lay your head down on the pillow, you're going to sleep in the feeling as if your goal has already been accomplished. Whether you're sleeping at the special destination on your travels or with your ideal loved one, the feeling of pride and accomplishment of how you've impacted people's lives. How great would you feel falling asleep? It's already done. You spent the day in your dream goal, and it's not a dream anymore. It's your reality. You brought it from fantasy into theory, and now it's your physical reality. It's a fact. How great would that be? Put yourself in the vibration that it's done. Have every cell of your being magnetized to attract to you everything in alignment with your goal, and everything will fall into place. Sometimes baby steps, sometimes quantum leaps. You have to trust that the universe is putting everything together for you. You create the picture, get emotionally involved, and then let it become your reality. Don't have to figure out every how. Just go with the flow in alignment with your goal, and the universe will surprise you in mysterious ways of it happening. Ideas will come out of the blue. Those are the ideas that you take action on. When you're inspired by your goal, when you're feeling as if it's already done, you'll get an idea. Write it down. Take action on that. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. And for my clients, I'll see you back here at 9 o'clock to talk about going through some of those terror barriers. Thank you.